Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. ITV has reportedly cancelled Ninja Warrior UK after 5 series. The popular series followed contestants who faced a grueling obstacle course with hair-raising jumps, near-impossible climbs, and the final challenge of running up an almost vertical ramp. Ninja Warrior UK, hosted by Ben Shephard, Chris Kamara, and Rochelle Humes, is believed to have been axed from next year's entertainment schedule amid claims a BBC rival show delivered a ratings blow. It comes as Gladiators will return to the BBC for a second series early next year and will include a celebrity special. The 90s revival show has been a hit with viewers, pulling in over 6 million viewers compared to Ninja Warrior UK's 1.6 million during their last series in 2022. For years, Ninja Warrior was one of ITV's biggest shows and scooped up all those families who missed Gladiators, a source told The Sun. Rochelle Humes and Cammy made the series a big success. But when the BBC revived Gladiators last year, it sounded the death knell for ITV's ninjas. It was an absolute ratings champion, pulling in over 6 million viewers versus 1.6 million for Ninja Warrior's last series in 2022. Express Online has contacted ITV representatives for comment. Ninja Warrior's first series finale in May 2015 drew in 4.08 million viewers, with its best performance in February 2017 at 4.18 million. A second series of Gladiators, the new format, is set to return to the BBC early next year. A celebrity special is also lined up. The one-hour celebrity special is set to air on BBC One in early 2025 and initially left fans guessing as to who they could see try their luck against the Gladiators. After weeks of fan speculation in August, broadcaster Louise Minchin, TV presenter Joel Dommett, comedian Rob Beckett, and actress Ellie Taylor were all announced to appear in the Celebrity Gladiators special. The 4 famous faces were set to take on the superhuman gladiators in a series of grueling challenges. The corridors of ITV's headquarters in London were unusually quiet that morning. What had started as whispers in the newsroom the week before was suddenly confirmed with an email that spread like wildfire across the building. Ben Shephard's long-running, iconic game show had been dropped from the schedule. For years, the program had been a staple of ITV's afternoon lineup, attracting loyal viewers who adored Shephard's charm, wit, and the heart-stopping moments of gameplay that kept families glued to their sofas. But television, as Ben himself knew too well, is a game of numbers and ratings, and the BBC had just played its trump card. The rival broadcaster had unveiled a slick new quiz show that blended high-tech visuals with celebrity cameos, and in just weeks it had captured the nation's imagination. Suddenly, ITV's flagship felt dated despite Ben's efforts to keep the energy alive. It wasn't that people had fallen out of love with him. On the contrary, fans flooded social media with praise for his warmth and generosity on screen. But in the ruthless world of broadcasting, affection wasn't enough. Ben arrived at the studio one last time, greeted by crew members who looked as though they were attending a funeral. "You don't need to look so sad," he told them, with a grin, his trademark positivity refusing to dim. "We've had an incredible run. Not many shows last this long." Still, he felt the weight of it. For him, the show wasn't just a job. It was the countless contestants who had shared their stories, the laughter that spilled out of awkward moments, the tears when life-changing sums of money were won or lost. It was the community built over years, something more powerful than ratings graphs. The BBC's show blow had shaken ITV's strategy, but in the middle of the storm, Ben was a pillar of calm. Journalists gathered outside the studios, ready to paint the moment as defeat, but when he emerged, he smiled for the cameras. "This isn't the end," he said firmly. "It's just a new chapter. Television evolves, and so do I." Fans rallied behind him online, turning his words into trending hashtags. Many declared they'd boycott the BBC rival in solidarity, while others shared clips of their favorite moments from his show, reminding everyone why it mattered in the first place. ITV bosses, though disappointed, knew Ben was still one of their brightest stars. talks had already begun about reinventing him in a primetime format, something fresh that could rival even the BBC's newest sensation. After all, audiences didn't tune in just for flashing lights and clever graphics. They tuned in for heart, and Ben had that in abundance. That evening, as the city skyline glowed, Ben raised a quiet toast at home with his family. "Here's to the memories," he said, "and to whatever comes next." The show might have been dropped, but his story was far from over.